XRP, like I said, it looks way more bullish than everything else on this video right here, which was actually more than a day ago. It wasn't yesterday, it was the day before. Fast forward today, we could see XRP up 6%. Everything else is pretty much meh, meh, meh. But that's okay. They're going to get back. They're going to get going. Remember, XRP was the first mover to break, really have a significant push to the upside. And I believe XRP has been ranging a little bit longer than the other charts. Let me verify real quick on some of these. They're little minor differences, but I'm going to take an average coin like DOT, okay, and then I'm going to go right here. So DOT, let me actually increase that to the 12-hour chart. There we go. So DOT, actually, they did pretty much top at the same time. All right, so I'm just checking here. Or actually not. Okay, so December 5th, here's what's going on, guys. If you're confused, and I was confused too, until you got to analyze, and then we can figure it out. You can see the top of this right here. That was the top of DOT, and I'm sure it's going to be the top of like most other things like Filecoin. I think Theta. Just many other altcoins are going to be the same type of but pretty much. And you can see we topped here around December 5th. But if you go to December 5th on XRP, that's when we were bottoming in here. XRP was going down while the rest of the market was going up. You see what I mean? And then once we got to this point, the rest of the market had a big flush down, right? And let me see where that was, that flush. So that flush actually happened way over here after XRP had already went into a retracement. So that's what's going on, right? XRP has been ranging longer. Let me put them on the same exact time frames. So this is the 4-hour chart on DOT. This is the 4-hour chart on XRP. Look at the difference here. So what's going on? Well, DOT is basically just trailing behind. That's all it is, right? It's not like DOT's going to, or whatever coin, right? We don't even have to look at DOT. Let's look at something else. Let's look at... let's pick a good one here. Let's do Matic. Okay. Let's do Polygon. All right. So just look at Polygon. It's the same thing, right? So, but here's the cool part. Look at this. This part right here doesn't really match really good with this. This looks more like a flat. This looks more like a steep, hardcore zigzag correction. Right? This flat is way more bullish than this, but at the same time, it's in that actual moment, right? So it doesn't mean it's going to be more bullish later or today, or it is today, but like later on, it's just in that moment it was more bullish. Now fast forward to right now, or this low here, you could see, right? Polygon, Mad, all of them, Aave, or I mean, I'm certain all of them are the same here. You have a lower low, so low, lower low. XRP had a high, higher high, right? But that still doesn't mean anything. Why? Because this structure right here is the same exact structure right here. So this part is different right here. This part is the same, right? The difference is it's taking longer for this than it did for this, right? And that's okay. So, because, why do I say that? Well, if we go to right here, you could see they both bottomed. They both pumped. XRP pumping significantly more, right? And then they both pulled back. But look at the pullback on XRP. Look at the pullback on Polygon. It took the low. Again, that looks terrible. Why is XRP looking so beautiful and so amazing, and the rest is looking like, oh my God, what's happening? Well, again, they topped at different points in time. So that means they're going to take a little bit, this will probably take a little bit longer to get going here. And remember, XRP has emerged itself as a leader of the altcoins, right? Like Ethereum did last cycle, like Solana, right, did kind of there and there, right? So what does that mean? That means that XRP is now in the $100+ billion category, right? Which means, just listen to what Brad Garlinghouse said. He said that XRP was the second most valuable asset until the SEC got involved. So when did the SEC get involved? It's been a long time, right? 6-7 years or so. So what does that mean? That means that now everything's starting to sort of backstep to the way it was before the SEC got involved. And that is why you're seeing, not just in the chart, not just on the 4-hour time frame, but on the macro scale, you're starting to see bigger improvements in the XRP price. And that is why I've told you for the last year that XRP is my biggest position. And people laughed, people, but I don't care. Like, I love it. I mean, look, I was one of those guys laughing, right? Because I was thinking, why would you hold XRP? It sucks. It just sucks. Like, why would you hold it? And I probably held it longer than I should have held it, but I was already invested so much as far as time goes. I was like, there's no point in me selling and then regretting it later. And then, there's so many good things about XRP that I'm not even going to jump into this video, but one of them being is the chart. The chart is the number one thing, the number one reason why. And then second to that is all the other perks that come with XRP, like the company Ripple, which is the biggest blockchain company in the world. And by the way, I mean, this right here, I'm sure you've seen this picture, but I mean, come on, guys. When you see something like that, you got to pay attention. I mean, this is big stuff here. I mean, they had dinner. They didn't just talk on the phone. He didn't just call him up and say, hey, what's up? He didn't just go down there and say hi. He didn't just go and take a picture. No. They had dinner together, okay? When you have dinner with somebody, the conversation goes a little bit more in depth, a little bit more dynamic. People feel comfortable, right? Food is a drug. When you eat with someone, that is a signal that it's a bonding experience, right? I mean, literally, food is a drug. And when you're sharing a drug with someone, they had a moment, right? And that moment was pretty special, I think. We'll see. I don't know. If I was a fly on the wall, I would pay a lot of money to hear what they talked about. That would have been cool. So, but who knows? Maybe they didn't talk about anything. Maybe they just talked about regulations. Maybe they just talked about how bad the deep state is. Maybe they just talked about how bald Gary Gensler is. I don't know. Or maybe they just were talking about how the hell to fix the new financial system, because the Federal Reserve and the central banks have destroyed everything we understand through inflation and through the debt, and Ripple being the largest American company, right? Ripple is the largest American fintech company in the world. So Trump is going to meet with people like that. Why? Trump meets with like ExxonMobil. He'll meet with Amazon, with Walmart. He'll meet with the big, big, big dogs of American corporations, American businesses, because he wants them to dominate China, Russia, all of them. All of them, right? Mexico, right? He needs to, it's all about America first, right? So you got to start looking at the American blockchains. And that's another reason why uh, I really, really liked XRP. But that doesn't mean XRP is going to be better in terms of making you more money, right? Because we talked about percentages. It's all about percentages. Now, this is longevity. This is hodl status, right? But if you're looking for something that'll maximize your returns, yes, XRP is going to be one of the best, safest altcoins in my opinion, and that's why I chose to ride the wave for my biggest holding. But now we're getting closer to that $10 mark, or 15 or 20 or whatever, that I have to start thinking about rotations. And I haven't really rotated. I rotated a little bit there and there, but nothing significant. And look, if I would have rotated, I would have been screwed. You see, that's why I said, let's just wait. Let's wait a minute. Why do I say that? Because look, I'll give you a great example. Let's go to another chart. Let's go to Filecoin. Filecoin's perfect for this example. Okay. And actually, let's zoom out to the 2-day chart. Or actually, I'm gonna have to go to the weekly here. Okay, there's Filecoin. Let's go to the weekly on XRP. I mean, come on, look at the difference. Okay, so we've talked about this before, but I think it's very important to talk about again. And we'll get into Theta. We'll get into the small time frames. But I think you should hear this because I think it's probably one of the most important things. So you just heard me talking about XRP. The chart looks bullish. The fundamentals are bullish. He's meeting with President Trump. They're leading the game, but that doesn't mean it's going to last forever. That doesn't mean, as much as I love XRP, it doesn't mean that it's going to be a bigger mover, right? Because the higher the market cap goes, and I don't care what anybody says, it's going to be harder to move that price. When you have a coin that just comes out and the market, the order books are thin, I put a $10,000 order in. I don't have 10,000, but I'm just saying if I did, if I had that much and I put it down, I could totally screw up the price by magnitudes of 200%, 300%, right? But some big whale buys up $5 billion worth of XRP, they're barely going to move that price. That's why it's going to take a conglomerates, like it's going to take more than that, right? But that's a good thing. Why? Because for liquidity reasons. So I don't feel I can get in, I can get out. I don't have to worry about my order being filled, right? Because if you're rich, if you hit it big, if you hit millions of dollars in some random altcoin and you go hit sell, good luck filling your order because it's probably not going to fill. There's no liquidity to fill your order, right? So what do? You have to sell it spot, or you have to sell it at market price, right? And you're probably going to get killed like 60%, Anyways, the reason I haven't rotated, like I said, any significance, right, is because look how close we are to the all-time high, right? So like I said before, when I was comparing it with Theta, like we were down here. Like, okay, let's go to Theta now. I don't even know why. Let's see. Wait. Let me go to Theta. We'll do the same thing with Theta. So Theta has the ability to do way better than XRP. Way better. But it doesn't mean it's going to happen this point in time, right? It might take some time. For example, again, XRP is right at the top here of the breakout level. So there's barely no resistance. Basically, you're a hop, skip, and a jump away from going into price discovery. You're flagging out in here. This thing's going to cannon up to the upside. Now that might happen so much faster than, for example, Theta even breaking this resistance level. So my thing is just wait, be patient. If the best case scenario that we could do for people who have big XRP positions is wait for this thing to blow up. If we blow up and this is still down here, it's going to be super, super bullish. It's going to be the best thing for Theta. Why? You can say, well, how come? People are going to see, everyone's going to think the opposite. Everyone's going to sell their Theta, their Filecoin, their Matic, their Solana, their whatever, and they're going to put it into XRP. But guess what? It's already done. It's too late. You missed out. And that's how they're going to get screwed. And that's how they take money from the market. And that's why I started my YouTube channel as well, because nobody really points these type of things out. They'll talk about the chart, they'll talk about the prices, but they don't talk about the future of how things kind of may or may not play out, but also the significance of you making a lot of money or losing a lot of money. By the way, nothing I say is financial advice. I could be wrong. XRP could go to zero. Theta could go to $1 billion, or it could go to zero. It doesn't, there's just no way. It's all, who knows, right? But we kind of do know in a way, because we got a lot of data to back things up. So what I'm saying is, these are my two coins right here, Theta and XRP. Okay, I got way more XRP than I have Theta, but I believe Theta can do better. So why would I hold XRP? Well, here's what I'm saying. I'm waiting because XRP is closer to the finish line. XRP is closer to its climactic event. Does that make sense? Theta is so far away from its climactic event. So the difference is XRP has to go boop like this. Look how fast that took. Like instantaneously, like a month. Theta has to get up here, break the high, get all of this resistance, maybe flag out, pump again, flag out, maybe pull back, then come up, maybe go sideways, then break out. Right? You see what I mean? So it's going to be different. It's going to be, now I'm not saying that's going to happen, but Theta can easily just go like this. But what is the statistical probability of that actually happening? I don't know. It could happen, but that's why I have to weigh out the risk, the pros, the cons. I have to weigh out all this stuff. And it's much safer for me to wait for XRP to break out because I'm not in any rush, right? One thing I learned in the last cycle and the cycle before that, unfortunately, is rushing, right? Just don't rush. As long as you're hodling, as long as your bags are packed, you got nothing to worry about. There's no sense of selling this and jumping to this unless you have a significant move that would validate that. And what I would do, so yeah, I'm going to show you, like, for example, when we look at XRP versus Theta, I'll just change that to Theta, then you can kind of see where we should be. But anyways, that's what I'm saying here is look at the difference, between these charts, right? So for example, XRP has a bull market. Theta does too. XRP has a crash. Theta does too. XRP has a retracement. Theta does too. XRP came down into reaccumulation. Theta did too, right? XRP went sideways for 2-3 years. Theta did not. Okay? That's a big, big difference. Now, this could be all part of the retracement, and then we go into reaccumulation, right? That is why XRP was in a prime position. It had the cup, it had the handle, it had the rise, crash, retrace, reaccumulation sideways. It had everything. It had the lawsuit, it had the ETF, it had the Ripple, it had Trump, it had the America First. It had every single thing that was just screaming in my face to say, hey, this is the one you want, right? Now, that doesn't mean it's better than Theta. It doesn't mean anything like that. It just means at this moment in time, right, when we were in here, it was much more capable. The structure had moved. Remember, here's the thing. Look what Theta did. It went from 4 cents all the way to $20. XRP never did that before, right? What did XRP do? It went from like 12 cents up to $2, right? So when Theta did this monster, I mean, huge. Look, let's just do the percentages. This thing is monster. This thing went up freaking 50,000%, guys. So Theta deserves more time. Theta deserves a break. Theta deserves to relax more, right? What did XRP do, right? It's like the difference. See, people don't. They look at they look at Theta or whatever and they say it's bullish. It has to run. No, if you look at what it did already, it went up 50,000%. What did XRP do? XRP went up at the same point in time. It only went up, 1,600% versus 50,000%, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, and when people see that, they say, "Oh, well, that means Theta is more bullish." No, that means Theta was more bullish during that time. See, this wave and this wave are this moment right here. Theta was way more bullish, but then once we went through this, and Theta just did this, now the table's reversed. It's all about the art of rotation, right? Because it's psychologically made everyone super bearish on XRP. Oh, look at XRP. It didn't even break the all-time high. Even that dude, the crypto, what's his name? And I'm not knocking the guy. I think he's great. I think he's amazing. He's very successful. He's much more richer, wealthier than I am. He's probably even smarter than I am. So when I say this, take it, just understand where I'm coming from. But he said that XRP, because it did make a higher high, he said that tells him that, oh, now it's going to be harder for them next cycle, and oh, it's probably not going to perform the way you did. So it was bearish, and that's what made me bullish. And I'm talking about now. If you like this channel, then I mean no offense. Like I said, he's great, but it's Crypto Crew University. His name is Courtney. He's great. He's a great guy, right? He's very smart. He knows charts like the back of his hand. He's got all the best indicators. People speak very, very highly of him. But I knew when he said that, when he had his XRP video come out, I knew immediately he was wrong, right? And that's okay. You could be wrong. It's fine. And maybe he was right. Maybe he could have been right, and I was wrong. So I don't know when the video was made. It was a long time ago. He's been really, really good with Bitcoin. He's so I would even say go subscribe to his channel. I mean, I think he's great, but I disagree with him on quite a few things throughout the few years that I've been kind of following what he's been saying. Like I'll give you another example. Like for Bitcoin, and I thought this too, right? I thought this could be one thing here, but basically when we were right in here, he was expecting us to go sideways. But for me, I was looking at this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then go sideways. But prior to this, I thought we could go into some kind of reaccumulation, rise, crash, retrace, come down into reaccumulation, go sideways, then break out. So we had the same thought. We had the same thought process, but it was just, minor nuances, differences, right? But that's why it's good to have variety. It's good to have my opinion. It's good to have his opinion. It's good to have other people's opinion, because then you can compile it together and then do your own analysis and then figure out which way you're leaning. Are you leaning towards, this way or that way? You know what I mean? So that's how you make good judgment calls. But anyways, so yeah, I think for now, I'm going to stick with my XRP until a couple things happen, right? I want to see Theta break this high. That's number one, right? If we could break that high, then it's going to give me much more confidence that we can get into these retracement levels. Because even if we do break that high, we still have all of these resistance levels we got to get through. Now, if XRP breaks the high, we're in price discovery. There's no overhead resistance, except, of course, the fib levels, right? So you do have invisible fib level resistances you can't see, but we can see them because we just draw the fibs. But so in a perfect world, I want to see XRP break out, and I want to see Theta kind of chill out a little bit. And then once we break out, once we're up here, then I want to see Theta break out. And then once we flag out, or even start our bear market, we also flag out with Theta, right? And then maybe once XRP goes into a retracement, that's when Theta can break out and really have an oorah moment, right? Kind of like what happened with Bitcoin, right? So Bitcoin, let's pull up Bitcoin right here. So if you look at Bitcoin, and okay, here we go. So if you look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin's going up, 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 and then once it gets to the very, very top, that's when that's when Theta explodes, right? So that is the con, that is the subversion, that is the fake out, that is the look at me, look over here, not over there, right? Everybody like Michael Saylor, I would not listen to that guy at all. I mean, I think he's great, he's good for crypto, but I don't take any investment advice from him. The guy put probably way too much Bitcoin at the worst time. I mean, like, I don't even know if that's even real. I don't see how that could be even remotely a good decision. So I think he's crazy, like buying that amount of Bitcoin at $100,000 when we've already had 5 waves. Does he not know how to read Elliott waves? Right? Like, what if he knew how to read a chart, he could be the richest man in the world. But he obviously proved to me that he has no idea what he's talking about. Now, that only goes so far because he's a multi billionaire, and I'm not even like a penny, right? So who am I to say that, right? But I just don't get it. But anyway, you could see, look at me, look at Bitcoin, I'm moving. Look at Theta, I'm doing nothing, and then Bitcoin's chilling, and then all of a sudden Theta breaks out. What am I saying? I'm saying this could be XRP now, right? So imagine this is XRP. Since XRP is moving first, since XRP is closer to price discovery, XRP could be the one that moves first, right? Alongside of Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's already been in price discovery. So it would be actually going second, right? So once XRP goes out and goes crazy, you could see Theta down here just kind of chilling, kind of moving up a little bit, going sideways, moving up a little bit. And then once XRP goes into its distribution phase, maybe $8, $9, $10, maybe $20, I don't know. We'll have to see the wave structure. Then we can then rotate that XRP into Theta, right? But all the parameters have to be met. All of the, everything has to line up perfectly, right? To make that judgment call. And that is why I think you should probably become a member, because I'm going to save that type of information for the member videos. It's only a couple bucks a month. It's not a big deal. It just makes it a little bit something, added more value there. And if you don't like it, just cancel it. No problem. So just click subscribe, click join, and just become a member. So, and by the way, if the bull market only lasts another 2 months, you're really only being a member for 2 months, So it's not like, you know what I mean? We don't know how long it's going to take, but I don't think it's got much more time, because we have 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have 4, and we have 5. So it should happen pretty quick. I would imagine this thing is either gonna. There's 2 ways it can happen. If it even does happen, we nothing's for sure. But there's 2 ways it could happen. Number 1, we can have. Let me go to XRP. we can have a mid-cycle correction, right? So let me do this. So let's say we pump up here, and it's like April, May, right? And then summer is always bearish, always bearish. And then we kind of go down. We have a summer lull. We come down, boom, 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 right? And then we have October, November, December pump, right? Now I know I drew that wrong because the end of the 2026 is over here. But just here, let me just do this right there. Okay, that's basically the end of the year. So and this is the weekly chart too. Probably better if I do it on the 2-day chart. There we go. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say we get a 5. And let's say that's sometime in the spring, right? And then we pull back, and then we go up, and then we pull back again, right? We kind of go sideways, right? Until we get into October, November, December, and then we start pumping. And then we kind of wrap up by between October and even January, February of next year. That's one way, right? In which case it would take a lot longer. The other way is we basically have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're done. And we don't have that other pump later on, right? So I don't know how it's going to play out. But I just really believe that XRP is way more bullish than all the other coins by far. Now, that doesn't mean it's not going to have the same percentages, right? Because I didn't even go over that with you. So if we look real fast here, and as I'm speaking, you can see this is the 2-day chart, right? And just look at the 2-day chart here. I mean, look at the green candle right there. Come on, get out of the way. And you can see the red candle here, right? So very big differences here. Honestly, kind of scary differences, So that's concerning in a lot of ways because we don't want, the last thing we want is XRP sucking liquidity from other coins. Because what could happen is people holding Theta, holding whatever coin, could literally take their coin and sell it into XRP, causing all the other coins to crash and XRP to pump. I don't want that. I don't want that at all because I hold those other coins. So I want them all to fire up at the same time. I want them to go in unison. But to me, it looks like XRP is going to be the leader in this breakout. So if we look at percentages, right, and we zoom out, just to get, let me get another chart here. Just to get back to the all-time high, you're looking at almost 700% just to get to the all-time high. Okay, now if XRP wanted to do a full 4.236 Fibonacci extension, probably the most it's going to do, judging by previous things, right? You're looking at like between 300 and 400%. Whereas Theta was 700%. So that's a huge difference, right? Now, the other difference too is it's going to be much, much easier for Theta to hit it, or for XRP to hit its target than for Theta to hit its all-time high. Because you have this resistance, you have this resistance, you have this resistance, you have a little bit more in here, and then you have this. You have a lot more to slice through. Now, sometimes it could slice through like butter, like it's not even there, right? And if that's the case, then hey, great. So, but anyway, let's look at the chart now, and let's dive into the analysis. And you say, wait, that wasn't the analysis? No, now we're going to look at now we're going to look at the price structure, right? This is not no little tutorial. This is like a real college professor speaking to you. I don't. This is like you're in class, ladies and gentlemen, and you're about to learn. No, but look at this. Let's go to the small time frames and let's look at this. So when we're looking at Theta, I don't like it. I don't like it. I mean, to me, I like it, but I don't like it because it's not finished. It just doesn't look finished to me. I need to see something in here. Maybe a hit to the low, maybe a little bit up, maybe a little bit sideways, maybe a rounded bottom in here. That would give me bullish because now I'm expecting a retrace, right? Because I'm not even sure if we need another low or not. And then we get that divergence, and then we go sideways, then we get a retrace. So it needs work. It needs work. Let's zoom in here. So if we look at the small time frames, and now let's look at XRP, the same time frame here. And I like that they're different because then I can show you, hey, this is what we want to see, right? So that's 30-minute and that's 30-minute. Perfect. Okay. So you could see, right, we kind of had 3 up, or actually we have 3 up. Maybe we get 3 down, we get back over here, and then we get 5 up, right? Kind of like boom, boom, and then boom. You can see here we had a pretty big impulse. That could be a 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, right? And now we're starting to gear up, revving up for that third wave. Now, also, this could be a trap for XRP, right? What I mean by that is, let me show you this. So when we look at like the 3 or 4 hour chart, it looks great, right? We have an impulse, we have 3 down, we have 3 up, we have 5 back down, we have a 3 wave move, we have a 1, we have an ABC2, right? We have another 1, we have another ABC2, we have an accumulation base, and now we're pushing higher. We're right at the edge of this breakout point. Maybe we flag out and we rip. Very simple way to look at it. The other way is maybe this is, for example, a 1 and a 2, right? But the 2 isn't finished, meaning the 2 is A, and then we pop up 1, 2, 3, because all we have is 3. It could be a B wave. B wave are traps. And it is going to be Sunday tomorrow, which questions the validity of, are we really breaking out, or is this some kind of B wave because it's Saturday about to be Sunday? It just kind of seems a little bit fishy, especially since the other coins are so much kind of trashy looking. So I would love to see it break out, but I'm very skeptical if it will just quite yet. I think it could next week, maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, somewhere in there. I think we can, but I don't think it's going to be today. I don't think it's going to be tomorrow. If we do tomorrow, or if we do today, it'll be great. I think it'll be amazing, right? But I don't know if we can clear these areas, right? Because we kind of don't want it to move so fast, right? We want it to kind of take its time a little bit here and really develop that strength in the structure. For example, like let's say we're up here. Well, let's say we kind of curl down a little bit and make a little bit of a U shape. That'll be even more bullish. Why? Because now you got a little inverse head and shoulders here, right? And then you get up here. So you just got to be careful when you move up too fast. You can come down just as fast. So let's talk about that. This could be an A, B, C. Very simple, right? So you have a 1, A, B, C, a 1, A, B, C. right? Look at this. Look right here. You pump up, you pump up. You pull back, you pull back. It looks like you're going to break out. You're right here. It looks like you're going to break out. You're right here, but then what happens? You go all the way down. You come all the way down. And then you break out, and then you break out. You see what I mean? So just be aware of that. Now, you're probably asking, well, should I buy XRP right now? Should I sell some XRP? Should I sell some other coins into XRP? I don't know. I don't know. That's a very good question. I would probably wait a little bit. I would wait till Sunday. I would wait, not financial advice. I would wait till the weekly close and then see, right? So those are the options, right? We're flagging out, we're breaking out, or this is an ABC, and an ABC could be many different ways. It could be a flat, running flat. It could be a regular ABC. It could be an expanded flat, right? It could be a regular flat, right? It could be a rise, crash, retrace, reaccumulation, sideways breakout, right? There's a lot of things that could happen in here. Typically, it's probably best if we flag out. If we flag out like this, it'll be way more bullish. Then I would say, yeah, if I'm talking to myself, I would say, yeah, I'd probably get some more XRP at that point, because now you're cocked back, right? You had that big bullish posture, right? First of all, you had your impulse. You had number one, bullish. Number two, bullish. You have a corrective oscillating move down. That's not a real word. I made it up. And then the other part is you had your little bit of a base in here. That's also bullish. But you have to be careful, because when you look at that, a lot of people thought it could be a head and shoulders, right? You see a shoulder, you see a head, you see another shoulder. So the untrained eye would see that. But if you start to see divergence, if you start to see higher lows, if you start to see double shoulders, that tells me it's having a tougher time breaking down, and buyers are stepping up to the plate. And they came in very strong at 226. So yeah, that's basically it for XRP. Now we probably have a good confirmation of the low if it's not going to be an ABC. So what we could do is take a trend-based fib extension from the top to the bottom, back down to the bottom. And remember, I think I was live, or not live, but recording a video when we had this wick. And I said, look at that wick. It looks great. So the target here is $3, right? So if we start flagging out, or if we start pumping, basically we need to get to 270 as target 1. Target 2 would be 3. And then anything higher than that would be like 330, 350, $4. Up to 430. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. But yeah, it looks pretty damn bullish. Now let me show you this real fast. This is the biggest moment of your life. It could be, right? I don't know. It depends how well positioned you are. It depends on a lot of things. But for a lot of people, it could be a big game changer. Like, who cares about going to Vegas, putting a coin in a slot machine and winning? Like, you're not going to win, dude. You're just not. I don't get it. I don't even know how Vegas is even alive today when they have crypto. Like, you're much better off taking $100 and putting it into any random coin. But here's the difference between Vegas and crypto. Vegas is instant gratification. You put the coin in, you get the immediate dopamine, you get the drug immediately. The difference is crypto is like an extended release tablet. So you take the drug, but it takes like maybe a month, maybe 2 years, maybe 10 years. I don't know. Like, depends on what's going on. But I think it's much more healthier. Think of it as planting the seed versus like manufacturing it. So I don't know. If we look at if we look at Bitcoin, whoa, I don't like that. No, 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 no. This has got to be the way. Okay. So let's go to Bitcoin. We're going to go back to Theta. We're going to look at the small time frames on Theta. I'm going to tell you what I think, but just hold tight. If you're a Theta hodler or investor, all of this should be just as important as the Theta price itself. So if you look at the two charts, look at the difference. Michael Saylor, do you have glasses on? Look at this and look at that. I don't understand his logic. I don't get it, but whatever. I don't know. But we need people like him because we need Bitcoin to go up, right? In order for the altcoins to go up, we need Bitcoin to go up. Now, did Bitcoin take the low? It did. That's good. That's what we wanted. And why you can say, well, why is that good? Well, because now, look at this. We have a three-wave move here. It looks funky. It doesn't look ergonomically satisfying. But it is what it is, right? So now what do we need? We need it to kind of chill out a little bit. We need it to go sideways, right? Anytime you have a big move down, you need to go sideways to reset itself, right? And then we make another attempt at it. So that's what I'm hoping here. Okay, so now let me show you this on Bitcoin. Let's go to the 2-day chart, and we're going to look at this right here. Now, look at this, guys. This is kind of the same structure we're seeing back over here. Actually, let me go to the daily. I think it might look a little better. There we go. And by the way, where's the bull market support band on XRP? It is actually down at 140. That's pretty scary. All right. Okay, we don't need that. Go away. There. Okay. So let's look at let's compare these charts here, or these ranges, right? So you have that three-wave move down, you have a three-wave move down, right? They're obviously much different, but you'll see right in a minute. So we kind of come up, we swoop, we come up, we swoop. Look at the difference. We took the low here, but XRP had a higher low, right? And then what happened? And then you had this thing in the middle, this up and then flush. XRP didn't even have that point at all. It didn't exist, right? Unless you take, let's see. Oh, wait. Maybe like this. You could say 3 down, 3 down. And then you can say boom, 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 boom. I think that's better. Okay. All right. Now we got all that. That makes sense. Now the real juicy stuff is right here. This is where it's all about right here. Now look at this, guys. This is amazing. You have a big drop. You have a big drop. You shoot up in a three-wave move. Shoot up in a three-wave move. You come all the way down. You have a higher low, right? You have a higher low. And then what do? You shoot on up. You take the high. You shoot on up. You take the freaking high. Great, great, great. And then what do, ladies and gentlemen? Well, let's see, where are we at? Okay. So here's the top, we pull back, and then we come up. We actually take the high. So that's interesting. So maybe we don't need a flat. We don't need an ABC. We don't need to have a correction here, because if you look at what Bitcoin did, now what I'm going to do with Bitcoin is I'm going to tone it down to the 6-hour chart. And then I'm going to look back in time here and see if I can get the data on the screen. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do to help me is just draw a line right there. And I'm going to draw a line right there. That way your eyeball can kind of see where we're at here. All right. So that's kind of where we're at. Perfect. I mean, this is what I've been waiting for my whole life, guys. I mean, at least until I got into crypto, man. Like, it's kind of a surreal moment, you know, and you kind of don't want to jinx it, you know. It's like, you know, you're so close. Let's go. This could be like potentially, you know, retiring my wife and or even buying a house, you know. This could be well, maybe not retiring my wife. She's gonna have to work. No, I don't know. Uh, she's got great insurance, so you know. So we're right at this point right here, right there. So that's kind of where we're at. So according to Bitcoin, what we should do, what you know, obviously the structures are way different. The corrections are different, but the structure is kind of the same. So I don't know how it'll look, but you can see right here, we could pull back and kind of do one of these guys right there, and then pull back, kind of like right there, and then shoot the high, pull back, right back test, pull back, right back test, and then go, right? And that takes you maybe towards January 25th or so, right around there. So if we extend it out even further, what we basically have here with XRP, by the way, hit the like button if you can and drop a comment. And I apologize for all the scammers in the comments. I can either moderate the comments, but it's just going to take I just don't have the time, man. It's just so many comments coming in with these scams, and I'd have to just manually approve each one, and I just can't do that, you know. But I am letting you know, like, they're all, you can totally tell. I think most people, like I would say, hopefully 99.9% of people read those comments. They should know it's a scam. I mean, come on. It's just pretty simple, right? Um, anyways, or I have to turn the comments off altogether, and that would ruin it for everybody else, right? So maybe let me know in the comments what I should do. Or maybe if there's a moderator out there, I don't know how that really works. If I can, maybe someone wants to volunteer. I don't know. I would hate to ask somebody that, but anyways. So what you really have here is a 1 2 1 2. So it'd be like a 1 2 1 2. You come up here, you drizzle along, come up here, you drizzle along, and then you pop the high, and then you pop the high. And now you're in like $4 or $5 territory, right? And then from there, you know, let's do a little bit of analysis here. I thought that's what we were doing. So watch this. If I take a trend-based extension, so this is going to be fun right here. Watch this. I'm going to take a trend-based extension from here all the way down to here. All right. And I'm going to see where it landed on Bitcoin. So it landed on Bitcoin at the 3618. Okay. So, and I'm going to do the same exact thing, but for XRP, right? Maybe we could get a similar number. So let's do that. Let's take a trend-based fib extension right here. It's not going to be a big number, but it should be interesting. Okay. Where's the 3618 at? $4. Hey, $4 is better than $2, right? That'll definitely do. Now I think it's gonna go way higher than $4. I'm just kind of giving a little bit of a. Okay, we gotta hurry up because we're running out of time. Theta, small time frames. You know, it just kind of sucks right now. You know, you had this bear flag, you broke below it, but I do like the consolidation. The best thing Theta can do right now is build a range, right? We need to build a range. It's like you're a contractor and you're going to a job site, a construction site, and you're looking at the survey. You got your drone, you're flying over you're surveying the land, right? You see the construction and you're looking at different points, right? And you're saying, hey, this over here needs work. This over here needs work. So, you know, we kind of have a bird's eye view of what needs to be right? And what it needs to be is it needs to do that. And then we can make our attempt. So that's my main idea. Now, if we break the low, then it shouldn't be that big of a break. It should just be from here. We get bullish divergence, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, divergence between the third and the fifth. Oh, look at that. So if we hit the low, we would get divergence, and that's what we want, right? So anyways, that would be Theta. I'm still very, very, very bullish on Theta. It's just going to take a little bit longer, but that's okay. Good things take time. The number one thing we need to do is break this area. So like I said, you're going to be stuck in here for a little while until we can break out. It's just the way it goes, right? So it's got to take its time. Now, the difference is XRP took its time, right? It's been going sideways for years and years and years and years. So it deserves it more in a way. Whereas Theta had a 50,000% pump in 2021, XRP only had 1,200%. So that's a big difference, right? So you're going to see things happen faster. But I'm still looking at like $10, for Theta. So think about it this way. Theta is cheaper than XRP, but Theta has a much bigger potential at going much, much, much higher than XRP. Theta can easily hit $10. What was its all-time high again? $15. So Theta can easily hit between $10 and $15. XRP can too, but the difference is Theta has the ability to go way higher than that because its tokenomics are way different. So you got your cup here, and now we're working on a handle. So there we go. All right. As far as the rest of the market, I don't have time, but they're all going to be the same. Algo actually looks pretty good right here. I'm just going to do this. Watch this. This is what we're going to do. We're going to do a little bit of an update on let's go to Theta. We're going to go right there. Let's go to the 8-hour chart. There we go. And then we're going to pull Algorand over here. So this is kind of where we're at, right? You got your 3 up, you come down, you take the high, you come down, you take the low, and then you go. So it doesn't necessarily have to take the low, but you see what I mean. So let's take a look at another chart. Aave took the low, right? Aave looks pretty good. Look at that 3-way move. Look at this. You got 3 down, you got 3 up, and you got 3 back down. That's a beautiful flat. So I think Aave looks pretty damn good for a longer setup. Now, Pole or Polygon, Matic looks great. I don't know why they changed their name to Pole. Matic sounds way cooler than Pole. Come on, dude. Matic. I mean, it kind of. Do you believe in Matic? Right? The song. I don't know. I think it's cooler, but I don't know what they're thinking. So, Matic, I like the way it looks. I've significantly, like the altcoin I've been really focusing on, if I have to be brutally honest, has been Matic. I don't know why. I've just been gravitating towards Matic. It's got a monster 3-wave move. The chart looks totally different. And Monero, by the way, Monero looks really good. So look at this, guys. This is beautiful. Look at this. I got to take a screenshot of that. Look at this, guys. You got your boom, 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 boom. You hit the low. Look at, we could be at the bottom here, guys. So this is an incredible opportunity, not financial advice. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Maybe Matic goes to 0. But you have to think, you know what I mean? So, geez. Okay, so let's do this. See, there's so many things you could do with a chart, right? Like, watch. What I could do is I could take a Fibonacci retracement. I know it's a little bit off, but okay. So we're looking at maybe the 3 ballpark. Okay, I could do the same thing here. All right. And I go to the 3. That takes me to 78 cents. All right. So, and we're at 45 cents. So, anyways, guys, I crossed over an hour. It's probably going to kill my views, my algorithm. And here's the thing. If my video is ever long, you could just watch the first 5-10 minutes and you pretty much got the gist of what I'm saying. All the other minutes in the video is just added to making the case of what I'm saying. You know what I mean? It's not like it's going to take me 1 hour to explain one thing. There's a many different things in here, right? So, yeah, I like Matic. You got a big, fat impulse. You got a big 3-way pullback. I'm getting a little bit nervous down here, but I think we can, based on that fractal we saw, I think we can bust up here, right? So Matic has intricate resistance levels, meaning there's not a lot of volume profile on these levels. It's kind of just a couple peaks here. So you got 1 peak, 2 peak, 3 peaks, right? You got these peaks in here that you need to get through. And usually when you're falling, right, in a 3-wave move, it's easier to break those peaks. So, yeah. All right, Filecoin. Oh, man. Filecoin. Yeah, same, literally exactly the same. And I like the way it's cocking back a little bit. Look at this. I didn't really get into the nitty gritty. Look at this. Let me see. Yeah. You see the way it's kind of cocking back in here? You kind of had your base, right? You kind of moved up and you're kind of cocking back. I think this thing could pop up, right? And then there's your 3. And then we would get 3 down and then maybe a continuation and you build that range. That'll do it for this video. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you can, hit that like. Really hit that like button today. I think this video deserves it. I think this was a really good video. I don't know what you think, but I think this was a really good video in terms of the data, the analysis, and everything else. So even if, a lot of times when your portfolio is down, you feel down. And when you feel down, you're not as happy as you should be, right? So you're less prone to liking things, and you know what I mean? And then that's just humans, right? It doesn't mean anything. And I understand, right? I have a couple trades that are significantly down. Like Algorand, I entered a trade and I'm not stopped out, but I'm significantly down in that trade. But I'm not panicking. I'm kind of just holding tight. I'm waiting. I see a lot of potential in these areas here, right? You could just look at Filecoin here for a minute. Look at this. You see, we're sort of holding these lows in here, correcting down. You want to see it kind of, you know what I mean? But anyways, I will catch you guys on the next one. Have a great week. And maybe we still got to look at the weekly candle. We didn't look at the weekly closes. So that's going to be also very significant because tomorrow's Sunday. But I will catch you guys on the next one. Cheers.